Hola, hola, Wafetu. Welcome to Moiloa Sport Show, the home of African football, story that matters. Tonight, we bring you a cross-border football conversation. The man, straight from Namibia. Our guest is respected chairman and the coach, a leader who understands the game from the boardroom and the training ground. Today, we'll talk about football, development in Namibia, the role leadership in African clubs, the challenges of building talents, and the dreams that drives coaches across the continent. This is passion, purpose, and progress. My coach, how are you doing?
Thank you very much for having me. I hope you can hear me now. I was struggling because. All right. Thank you for having me. It's all good. It's all good. I trust that you are also fine that side.
I'm okay, coach. I'm okay.
Wonderful, coach.
Yeah, coach. Firstly, I'd like to thank you, my coach, for giving us your time. We know that you are busy about the leagues and everything in board ground. As your leagues, I think, was still playing that time we were invited to. But thanks for making time. We appreciate that. Take that for granted, coach.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, coach. Okay. Coach Nicholas, can you please tell our guest who are you?
Thank you very much for that one. It's a very difficult one because when it comes to my coaching, it's something that has been coming, but I mean I will get to that later. So just to start off with, I am Nicholas Fredericks, a academic professor and a football coach. So that's why I'm saying it's so difficult to introduce myself. It depends with regard to the context where I am. So I started my footballing journey in a small village called Gipion in the southern parts of Namibia. So this is where everything started. The passion for football started, and during our time, we didn't have teams playing in second division, first division, and so on. So this thing of league, is quite recent. Initially during my time, the earlier years, it was just tournaments, and so on. So yeah, the organized side of things, is quite recent. But this is where I started from, and then I continued my footballing journey in South Africa when I was studying at the University of the Western Cape. So this is where I developed that passion and that feeling of wanting to become a coach one day actually transpired because I was a player coach for my residence team. So this is when I realized, okay, no, there's something about me. So I must really consider this. But I never tried to do any coaching batches at that stage. So I was just focused on academia. So in short, that's Nicholas.
That's impressive, coach. Impressive. Okay. I didn't know that you once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That you were in South Africa.
Why? Yes.
Yeah.
No. In actual fact, I was studying since 2003, from 2003 until 2013. So I was in the Western Cape, there in Cape Town at UWC, and then for the postdoctoral fellowship, I was at Stellenbosch. So that's the area I know. I often tell people that Western Cape is where I grew up, because I left Namibia when I was 19, and then when I returned, I think I was around 29. So, I mean, those years, the formative years, the years that I actually learned about cultures, about so many things. This is, I mean, why I'm so comfortable talking about the chamayas, and all these kind of things. Yeah, because the Pagadis and what, because I could relate to those, I mean, from my time when I was studying.
Oh, I now understand because I remember when we were at the course, I saw you were comfortable around us. Then I was like, no, man. I know sometimes people from uh, Africa, yeah, when they are around us, they act differently, even though we are comfortable and all that stuff, but they act like we are not welcoming them well or something else. They are not
Uh,
comfortable, but
no,
you
no, no,
were
surely.
comfortable, I remember.
Yes, no, no, just to cut you short there. For me, what helps me is when I joined the University of the Western Cape. I was staying in the residence. So in this residence, I mean, my closest people were, closer guys and the guys from outside Cape Town. You understand? So in the residence, I mean, those were my buddies, and this is how I, learned the culture and. I would say I'm more closer to Xhosa Zulus than anyone else in South Africa. Even though I am light in complexion, I could relate to colors. I mean, because in Namibia we also have got colors, but I don't know for whatever reason. I think it's probably because of the languages also, whereby in isiXhosa there is, I mean, you have got cliques there, and I speak a language where we have got cliques. So maybe, I mean, that's partly the reason why I like more. I mean, to the Xhosa speaking, I mean, community. That's it.
I see, coach. I see, coach. Okay, coach. Uh, quickly turn into a football. What bring us together? What's the name of your team?
Mighty United FC.
United United FC. Which division?
It's in the second division in Namibia. So it's the regional division. So each and every region has got second division. And from there, it becomes a stream like the southern zone. And but we are at the third tier, I can say. So you get the NPFL, then you have got the first divisions, which are three, based on the streams. We have got the southern stream, northeastern stream, and northwestern stream. So and then comes the region. So we are at that level, the third division. So and then we also have got fourth division, and then they are busy with the fifth division. But yeah, we are in the second division.
Okay, okay, okay. I understand. I understand. So, coach, how do you balance the responsibility of leadership and technical development?
That's a very good one. So let me start off by explaining how I became a coach. Initially I was just the chairperson. I mean, the chairman who was running the team from the boardroom only. So I appointed coaches, and the results were not forthcoming because I live here in Bantu, and the team is based in my village. So over the weekends, I would go support the guys, come back to Bantu, and then I'm in academic during the week, then go back again, weekends, and the results were not forthcoming. And so this is when I realized, no, 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 let me take over because I was worried about the relegation, all these kind of things. So I said, no, 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 let me take over. And if the team gets relegated, because I own the team and I'm the chairperson. So if we are relegated, at least, it's because of me. So this is how I ended up being a coach. And when I started off, it appeared as if it was working. So I was like, no, no, this thing is working. So and then I continued, but the passion was always there. But so it's quite complex. I mean, as I am still working in Bandu, and then I am coaching over the weekends now. So how I would actually balance that is on Fridays. I would travel from here, from the capital city of Namibia, and then I mean my training sessions. I must at least meet with the guys. I mean 4 times. So we have got a Saturday morning session, Saturday afternoon session, Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon session. So there are 4 sessions over the weekends that I mean that we would have. And then Monday morning around 3 o'clock, 3 a.m., I would travel back to Windhoek. So even some of the other coaches, they were asking, but Mighty United FC, they are structured, they play well, but where's the coach? They don't have a coach. But so during the week, the players would be working on fitness. But I know, I mean, it's quite different from the South African context because our second division is not, I mean, like the ABCs whereby, I mean, you are extremely professional now in South Africa. So you can't try that in South Africa. But in Namibia, so far, it has been working.
I understand. Clearly, coach. What is the current state of football development in Namibia from grassroots to pro level?
I think I don't know if you may recall, but there was a time that our football activity stopped in Namibia for some period. And so we were guided by normalization committees, I mean, twice. So the first one, and then they left us, and then another one. And so during this process, I think, I mean, they set the ball running. And it's up to us now, I mean, to take football to a higher level in Namibia. So coaches' education is continuing, and the association is trying their utmost also to support teams, I mean, in the lower divisions now, unlike in the past. So not like in South Africa, but at least, I mean, we are moving. I mean, with a slow pace, but we are getting there. We are getting there.
Then how is that affected you guys by stopping the league? How long it stops?
The challenge is a number of years, 4 or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. There was a bit, I think the last time we played league was 2015-16. And then 17, 18, 19, I mean, that period, it was just quiet. And then 1920, I think that's when we started again. But then I'm not really that worried about us, but about the players, because some of the players lost valuable time to play, let's say, for the regional teams. Because in Namibia, we have got what we call the newspaper cup. So in that cup, the under 20 players, I mean, who convene for the regions and they play there. So from this, they select the national under 20 team. So most of the players, I mean, couldn't even, I mean, participate and to represent their country. So it's from that angle that the players actually suffered more than administrators. The clubs also suffered because now you were just stranded there, not knowing, I mean, which side you are going, left, right, or center, because the boardroom issues were so rife that we were moving in and out of courtrooms. So that was the situation. But now at least it's normalized, and we are looking forward.
Yeah, and you guys, yeah, normally producing best players.
Thank you.
Serious.
Thank you.
Because we mentioned a lot of players. Shalulile, that goalkeeper from Chipa, Watenga. A lot of
Dion
players.
Hodo. Yeah, in the past, it used to be, I mean, I remember the late 1900s. Hanamo, yeah. So we had Mohammed Auseb, Robert Noseb those years, Quinton Jacobs, we had Mohale Ngaruseb. There was certainly Plagis also at Sundowns, and a number of them. Ronnie Canalelo, I mean, I can recall. Calalelo, and then, of course, Henrico Borders, I mean, our striker during that period. Yeah, so many of them.
Yeah, I remember I played with Enrico Portas.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, in Platinum Stars. A really good guy, man. Very, very good guy.
Wow.
Very,
Yes,
very good guy, but very, very aggressive. That guy.
He's a natural winner.
Natural win.
He's a natural winner. He just wants to win, Yeah. So he's a champion.
That guy will kill you, man. He'll kill you. If he wants something, he go for it. If he wants something, he go for it. Yeah. I think that's when people started to recognize Namibia, the likes of that players. I still wish that you guys can bring more players this side.
No, we are hoping as well. We are hoping as well. I mean, my recollections about Ricardo Manetti when he was at Santos, even, that's when the period when I was studying. So I was so much interested in Santos. I mean, because Coach Ricardo Manetti was playing there, and he would marshal the midfield. I mean, the way I wanted. So I was excited to watch Santos during that period also.
Yeah, and Santos was a good team. Was a good team, Santos,
Yes.
that time.
I think that period was from I think 2001, 2000. I mean, that's when they were winning things, and he was instrumental. I mean, in that team of Ethias, Sebastian Bax, and is it Etieno? I mean, those ones. Otieno, yeah. So I remember those guys. Yes,
the center
Otieno,
back,
yes.
the tall
Yeah,
man.
he was a best guy.
Yo.
Yes. The long throws from Sebastian Bax, So I still remember, Yeah, so that's how it was.
Yeah. So, Coach, how do you think Namibia football compares to other countries in Southern Africa?
All right. With regard to the comparative nature, what I think, what CAF actually have done great about national football is that, everything is on par because the coaches' training is more or less the same. So that's what I've realized that if you go out, you play versus Lesotho. More or less, if you see the structure, if you see, I mean, it's more or less the same. So I think it's quite similar. The guys from the southern parts of Namibia, they play more similarly to the South African midfielders, the Shibobos, and they want to, and then from the if you want solid defense, for example, then you would go to the northern parts of Namibia, you would find them there. And central, it's combined now, whereby you find players, I mean, who are skillful, who are this, who are that. But generally, I think, I mean, it's quite similar to Botswana or Lesotho, or I mean, it's not far from those countries, and even South Africa. You would see, I mean, some you can compare, I mean, here and there with South Africa as well. That's why, I mean, our players, when they go to South Africa, or I've seen a number of them in Botswana now, Botswana League, and they are coping, because it's similar. And I think it's all because of CAF now, whereby if you have a CAF C license, then I mean, whatever you study there, it's more or less the same for someone who's studying in South Africa as well. Even though, I mean, they would localize it here and there, but I mean, the principle would remain that it's a CAF C or a CAF B or a CAF A license. So from that premise, I think, we are on par. We are more or less the same like the other countries in
Other
Southern Africa.
countries, yeah. Because I can see even in this COSAFA, they were competing. They were fine. We could say, structure. They were there. They were playing a good football. I was impressed, and sometimes I wanted to call you, say, Coach.
But there's something about the COSAFA I wanted to ask. The position of South Africa when it comes to the COSAFA tournament. Because when I watch COSAFA, you wouldn't see the Hugo Bruce and anyone from his technical, or even, I mean, the B team. Are you giving us the D team, or I mean, of South Africa? What's happening there? So that's one thing I wanted to ask, because it appears you go, I mean, the lower league players are the ones who are playing more in COSAFA than the ones that you would see in PSL. So if a player is playing regularly in PSL, you won't, I mean, mainly find that player in COSAFA. So I think I really wanted to find out from you. Well, I mean, how do you treat it?
Yeah, to be honest, I think this time they've turned into development, because that players, they are playing in Premier League, but they are not more into national team, so they give them chance there. But most of them, they are playing in national team, in PSL, because mostly you can see that they were Paris players, Amazon Super Sports. Yeah. So I think it's all about development, because
Development, yes.
not only South Africa, but as you could see, some countries, they bought second teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. A number of them, yes.
yeah, a number of them, because you could even remember that team that won.
Is it Angola?
Angola. Not Angola.
Okay.
Not Angola. Zambia.
Zambia, yeah.
Yeah. That time they've changed many players, because I remember I once asked one of my former player, the goalkeeper, Chigwe, why?
All right.
Yeah, because I asked him why he didn't come. He said no, they are giving other players chance. That's why I say okay. I was thought it's only South Africa, but then I realized no, not only South Africa.
Yeah. No. It's not only South Africa. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a number of them actually, because some even put, there as, maybe Eswatini B or Lesotho B. I mean, they even put it there. That's what I've seen. When the
Yes.
teams were playing, when you see their names, I mean, they put, I mean, it's the B team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Even Lesotho, because I remember there were 3 or 4 players that used to play. Most they were young players. But Kosovo is a good tournament for development.
I think it's a good space for development. Yes.
Yes. I think the values or a philosophy do you bring to your team?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm actually thinking about it critically, because as a coach and a leader, for me, are the values that I would say I bring at the level of being that role model and the father figure. And then in terms of the philosophy, I am a coach that enjoys possession based football and a very well structured team. The structure is everything to me, the defensive organization and so on. So, but I'm in possession based. That's the kind of philosophy I would say I advocate for and I want. So yeah, sometimes I know, I've seen coaches, I mean, who would say, for me, as long as I win, I don't care. Win is a win. But for me, it's more than a win. So my philosophy is playing good football, attacking football, while you have got that rest defense intact, and and making sure that you score what goals. But I don't know if the log standings of my team, I mean, speaks about around that, because we are number 2. We have conceded the least goals, but in terms of scoring, oh my God, we were not scoring many goals. But defensively, I mean, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, to be the lowest scoring team in the region. So I mean, the team that conceded the lowest number of goals. So I think, I mean, we have succeeded in that regard.
Then hopefully you will work on that.
Yeah.
By scoring.
No, the balls doesn't just want to enter the net. We are doing everything one-on-one with goalkeepers, and we miss like no one's business. So our wins have been 1-0, 2-0, but we know how to protect our leads and so on. But when it comes to scoring,
So do you have something on regards that problem?
Yes. No. We are definitely working on it. So, but sometimes, it's to do with the occasion. Sometimes, because at training, these players are doing it very well. Everything is working very well at training. to the point that we believe in matches, I mean, it will just replicate itself. But then match day, it becomes a problem. It's like when you are training penalty kicks. At training, everybody scores because there are no supporters. I mean, there's no one there. So once if it's a match, then it becomes a problem. So yeah, but we're working on it.
I understand. I understand. I'm also a player. I understand
Or
because our attitude is something else. Because sometimes practice we doing extremely good. Match day, yo, we are total different. We are
no,
total
no, no,
different.
that's what's happening. No, it is happening like that. So you're even asking yourself, but look at this player. I mean, when we were training, we had this kind of a situation exactly as is. So, and then he was rounding the goalkeeper. Now he's shooting from far, and then I'm wondering, he had space, I mean, to come a bit closer, but he tried from long distance. But at training, the guy knew exactly what to do. I mean, when the goalkeeper is positioned, how, and so on. So yeah, yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh, so coach, there's this thing of the field. As players, we know that we have a problem about of the field lifestyle and all that stuff. So can you please tell me, as a coach, when facing that that challenge, like behavior of your players, discipline, and all that stuff, how do you put them in the right track?
Yeah. Uh, that one is a very difficult one, because some of these issues are societal problems, issues around drugs, for example, and then alcohol abuse. And, you'll find that some of the players are extremely abusive towards their girlfriends, even. So, I mean, this is where that element of being a father figure, the role model, comes in. So I always tell my players, whenever they do these kind of things, then I would take them back to my family, and then I would take practical examples with, I mean, how I manage things at home so that they can learn. So normally I would tell them that I want you, more than a good player, I want you to be a better man. So it's from that premise that we operate. And we often tell them that if you are abusing, let's say, your girlfriend, then it won't be the other people who report you to the police, but Mighty United FC is going to be the witnesses. I mean, witness number one. That, I mean, if you witness that, then you must know that you don't have our support. So it's and it appears to be working, because sometimes I've realized players, when they join my team, some have got these behaviors, funny behaviors, but with time, you'd realize that they become better players. And not only, I mean, on the playing side, but role models, whereby, I mean, before they do something, is it in the best interest of Mighty United, the badge? Is it in the best interest of the society? I mean, we are representing the village. Or if we are playing in another region, now you are representing the region as well. So I mean, recently I had one of my players playing in the regional team at the newspaper cup, and you know how he behaved. When I heard from another coach who was coaching another region about his behavior, I was so impressed, because those are the values that we try to instill, and what we want to hear from others, not from us. Maybe they behave in front of us, I mean, in a different way, and when they are alone, it's a different ball game. But to hear about that, then I mean, it appears that, I mean, some are listening, but not all of them. So the issue of mentality is a huge one. And sometimes, I mean, you learn this as you're going through the coaching patches, whereby initially, as a coach, you would only look for the best player. If the player is technically very good, then we would say, yo, that player, he's very good. But then you forget about all other developmental, stages, I mean, or elements that the player should have, like the mental side, for example. He's a good player, but this player on Friday nights, oh my God, he must get that bottle, he must drink, he must find a girlfriend, and then you have got a match in the morning, 8 o'clock. The player is nowhere to be found, and when he is available, because of the long night, he can't perform. So those are some of the things, but we try to manage, coach. We try to manage.
Yeah, because that's what kills many players. Off the field kills many players. Even now, it still happens in professional levels, amateurs,
Level.
everywhere. It still happens, and
Yes,
very dangerous. Lifestyle,
yes, those things.
yeah, it's very dangerous, and I'm glad that you you are managing them as you are doing. You are like father figure to them. Some coaches, I don't think they they have that. They have that in them, because you could see some, we come across their players, they are behaving somehow. Even if you play in them, you could see their attitude inside the field, that no, these players are not coachable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And sometimes we under estimate that element, not coachable. I always say, whenever I recruit players, that's one of my conditions. That I'm not just looking for a talented player, but is this player coachable? I mean, is it someone that I can work with? Because at the end of the day, there will be situations whereby, football is a very funny sport, whereby you don't know each other during halftime. You fight, you are shouting at each other, and after this, when you go back in the second half, things change, you win, and then after the match, they know that you are their coach. But at halftime, you are fighting, and then they may even say, "But coach, you are making a mistake by removing so and so. You are doing this, you are doing that," and yeah. But it's a wonderful sport, a sport that we really enjoy. But we need players with good mentality. And I mean, I always make this example of your current coach, Bafana coach.
Yes.
When he joined, I mean, when he took over, and he was, not selecting some of the players. And then we would say, but that guy is talented. How come this coach, I don't know what's wrong with him. And then he used that word each time. Player must have a good mentality. Now that Bafana is doing very well, I see that, so this is what he meant at that stage. So it's quite important. It's not about your talent only, but the mentality that you have got for football even. Do you respect this sport more than anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good coach. He's a good
Yes,
coach,
yes.
as I can say, because even myself, I had a doubt about him.
Okay.
I had a doubt about him, because I think I'm one of that person who like that players who were excluded that time.
Excellent. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, excluded that
Yeah.
time. But I saw his hard work, dedication, and how he set up his things. Don't rush to introduce players. Take his time.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
knows what he needs.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
think that kind of a coach, he needs our support.
Yes,
That's what
definitely, definitely.
that's what now South Africans recently give him, that guy support and
Yeah,
everything he needs. I think he will lead them to the glory. That's what we really need in our supporters. So how
yeah.
is, when you are playing your games, how how is your support?
Support in Namibia generally, it's not that good. I would be lying if I say, I mean, the support is great. Not so much. To the point that I don't know if people don't enjoy organized football. That's what I've realized. Because if teams are extremely tactical, then I've realized, uh, especially in our division, that you don't get that support because it's a very boring, dull game. Because these coaches are, they don't want to make mistakes, so they are very close, in terms of whatever decisions they make. So there's no open football and many goals and all that. So what I've realized, the bush football tournaments have got more support, better support than I've even seen first division matches in Vandugie, whereby there are not so many supporters. The ones who were there were family members of the players. So I was like, but where's everyone? First division, there's no one. So in the southern parts, at least, I mean, there are a number of supporters there for the first division. But in Vendu, I've realized no. And then maybe I thought it's because there's also NPFL, the professional league is also this side. So maybe it's because of that. People are more interested in watching African Stars FC, those bigger clubs than, I mean, the first division. But generally, the support not so good. But for the national team, I think, I mean, the support is there. Everybody comes up for the Brave Warriors. So yeah, at least I mean that's a thumbs up.
Yeah, because even here it's like that, man. Local teams, they have a lot of supporters. And remember back then, playing in local was something that's special for our players. They didn't want to go to pro side. Good players
Good
because
player.
yeah, because some of players he will come from local teams with his skills, everything, but he's changed when he gets there in pro side. What are you doing there in pro side? Because
okay, no. But what I've realized, you see, in once a player moves or jumps, I mean, from local to the pro side, we are results driven as we move up. And then the issue of structure. You see, sometimes you find a player who is very well technically, but technically the player suffers, because he can't even hold his position. He's all over the place. You find him as a left winger. Few minutes after, he's again center. He's your number 6 again. He's your defender if there's too much pressure. So he's all over the place. So, and players don't like these restrictions. When you tell a player that these are your zones. If you play number 6, you move like this. If you play number 8, you move like this. If you play number 10, you move like this. So they don't want that. They just want to enjoy football, do their disc. As long as the crowd is happy, they are happy, Supporters are happy, they are happy. But then as you move up, I mean, that's not what is expected. Well, I mean, we expect players to be technically disciplined. So even when you lose the ball, you can't just, I mean, run out and then chase. I mean, if the other team is extremely good technically, then you can't just, I mean, rush to get the ball. I mean, the coach will tell you, no, please, don't press too much. You need to coordinate pressures and so on. So our players who are coming from local, they don't want that. They want to get the ball and then enjoy themselves.
Yeah, it's good. So, have you ever mentored any player who is playing abroad or professional levels now?
All right. So in Namibia, I don't know if you can call it the pro level, our NPFL, but from there, the teams can go play in the CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup, and so on. So at that level, I mean, I've got two. One is Tuafeni, the other one is Innocent van der Westhuizen that I've been mentoring. So even now, I'm still mentoring them. I am still, when I get the opportunity, I mean, we are together. Even that father role that I've just mentioned, and then at the first division, just under that level of NPFL, Namibia Premier Football League, just below that one. I mean, they actually took two of my best players, in the current season, and I was extremely, it pained me so much because I really wanted to push for the second division to win it. And those players were instrumental. But then when they move up, to the next rank, I mean, I am here for them. I've developed them and seeing them doing very well. I mean, both of them actually have been studying at least, I think, 90% of the matches they have started in the first division. So that excites me. that excites me. So for Mighty United, I mean, we started as FC Gibeon in 2013, but then there was that delay of the league, and then when we restarted, we changed the name to Mighty United FC in 2019, 2020, and it's since then that we have been making this progress with players. And then, of course, I mean, at the regional level, we have been producing players for the region. I know for South Africa, when I was talking to you guys, I mean, at the coaching course, I've realized that when you talk of a region, you are very far. So I was asking, so tell me, I mean, how are the levels? You say, no, it's PSL, then it's first division. I mean, Motsebe Foundation, then it's ABC, then it's Hollywood, then it's what? And then I was like, no, but it's too long because for us, we have got NPFL. That's the first level. Second level is the Southern Stream. That's the first division, I would say. And then we are in the third tier now, but second division now. So we are second division, and then there's fourth. But in South Africa, I think our level probably is at sixth or seventh. I don't know. I mean the regional level because IBC is still on top of the regional levels.
Guys, the ABC Motsepe Foundation. Yeah, ABC Motsepe
Yes.
Foundation. Then there's ABC.
Hollywood.
ABC Motsepe.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah, ABC Motsepe Foundation is the second division. The second division next to PSL.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a semi-pro. Then there's Motsepe ABC Motsepe League, the third time. Then the Hollywood. Yeah, it's Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, I heard about the Hollywood. Yes. And then I even heard about a Premier Division. And what division? Down there.
Yeah, many.
It must be very difficult to reach. I mean, PSL that side. Yo.
It's a journey, long journey.
Because I thought once you were at ABC, at least I mean, ABC is the last one. That's what I thought initially. But then when Coach Zuko and them told me, no, there's Premier, there's Hollywood, then there's Premier Division, I was like, okay. I wrote the case.
So, Coach, tell me, how is that affecting you guys? These transfer stuffs, like you have a key player now, you are contesting the league, then the next thing is gone.
Coach, for a fact that it's not easy to develop a player. Like in terms of the tactics of a football team, there are certain things that you will teach players when they join your team. And then you do a very good preseason and everything is gelling. Players understand your philosophy. They know what to do if you are 3-0 down, and they know what to do if it's 1-0. They know what to do when. And all of a sudden, just before the transfer window, closes, here comes an offer, and the player has already agreed. I mean, behind your back that he wants to go and so on. It's not easy because in my case now, the player that I lost one was playing number 6, and very good number 6, and that role people underestimate that position, the number 6 position. It's the most important for me. It's one of the most important. I normally tell people that if you give me a good number 6, then half my work is done. Then I can move around this person. But then when you lose your best number 6, you need to move around. So I was fortunate because I had one boy who was playing in the 8th position. So I said, no, I need to change this one now to 6 and find another 8 so that because he's better, at least he will be able to manage. But those are some of the things. But for me, I've told myself it's part of football, so I live with it. So I'm used to it. Initially, I was filming to say, no, I can't lose this player, and so on. So when the first division teams are calling, I said, no, I can't lose this guy. I'm really sorry. But then they would say, but for player development, and then that's the truth. Players need to grow. They need to move up the rank, and I don't have a problem. So now I'm used to it. As much as it affects your team, now I think we have got a counter whether we have started with the juniors now. So very soon, Mighty United would have the under 13s, under 15, under 17, and so on. So initially, we didn't have that. So we would just do, open trials. Players would come, we trial them, and then they would join the team. But now, we have got these age groups now. Moving forward. So in the next few years, I think we should be better off. If a player goes, at least you should be able to take from development or whatever. Whoever is ready at that point in time.
So how do you secure your players? Or they just go for free, or how it works?
Okay. No. That's a very interesting one. You see, here in Namibia, all players are seen as amateur, except for NPFL. The Premier Division, the Premier level. So all players are free. So 1st of July, players are free. That's the message. You would hear around here. Like in our division, for example, you can't loan players also because they don't have professional contracts. So because of that, they are free on the 1st of July. But then on the system, Econex system, you need to pay 1,500. That's the only money you pay. No, 3,000 now. In this between the second division clubs. So if your player goes to a first division, I think it's around 7,000. To the Premier League, it's 12,000. So that's about it. That's about it. And these guys, they would even come, the first division guys. No, but this boy, I want him, but he's inexperienced, so I can't pay the entire 7,000. So, is it possible to, lower that? So those discussions are always there until that time when you can actually give players professional contracts. But for now, we don't give professional contracts at that level, second division, even first division, as far as I know.
Oh, okay. So you develop the player, then he goes like that.
It's painful. It's painful
It's
because you
painful.
see, some of us who are club owners, you would even if you have the last 1,000, 1,000 rands in your pocket, you may actually sort a player out and leave your family, and to see that this player at the end of the day just get up and then just go. It's painful. It's one of those things I don't enjoy that much. I don't enjoy it because at the end of the day, there must be something for you. If a player goes up the rank, then you must benefit from this player. But at least I think with the FIFA Econex system, maybe in the future we'll benefit if the players go abroad now. To South Africa at least, and so on. Maybe you would benefit because it shows your team is a development team.
So about the agents, do you have any clue how it works in Namibia?
Or the issue of agents, it's tricky. That's one area I haven't been in, because I have just been at the level of leading my team and then coaching. But because I'm in a lower division, so most of the times I've never dealt with an agent. But we see that there are agents who are representing our NPFL players because when they go to South Africa, you would see that they work with agents.
Oh, okay, so your players, they never been approached by agents,
Yes.
or they can't tell you that.
No. I was talking to one player now. During the course of the day, NPFL level, and then he was telling me, no, he doesn't have an agent. I asked him, that question, that very same question. Do you have an agent because you are playing NPFL? And then his response was, no, I don't have. So that's the situation. So some maybe the ones who are being called up by the national team, those ones, they can get agents overnight. So if they get the first call up, they perform at Kosava or in a qualifier, then even while he's there, I think he might even get an agent because there are agents out there, but the players who are local who are not getting those call ups. What I've realized is most of them don't have agents.
So in that's Namibia, most of players who are playing in national team, they are playing outside.
Yes. No, bulk of them. So I,
Yeah,
I I don't know if I can say outside because it's South Africa and
yeah, like
Botswana. So they,
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
they
South
play in South Africa and
African.
Botswana. Most of them it's in South Africa and then the rest in Botswana. Of course, some in Zambia, but mainly it's Botswana and South Africa.
Yeah, I've realized that. Okay, good. So, as a chairman, what is your vision? What is your vision for your club in next 5 years?
You know, when we started off, our vision always has been to be the best team in our region, and then beyond that. So to move the team from this second division to the first and ultimately to the NPFL. So that's the plan that we have got, that we have been having all along. But each time, small issues at that level, when we are about to cross that, I mean, when we are pushing for the playoff spot, we haven't been getting it. But in general, I mean, my wish is to establish the youth structures successfully, and then at least to move my club from second division to the first division. Then I would be the happiest. Then I know, I mean, we have progressed a little.
So, coach, how do you motivate it as a coach, a chairman?
How am I motivated?
Yeah,
How
like
do
what?
how do
How do you motivate it as a coach and a chairman at the same time?
all right. No. For me, I don't see coaching as a job, or I don't see my chairman being a chairman as a job either. This is more about passion, and for me, what excites me is to see my players playing for the region, being called up by the national team. And then, in addition to that, to see that first division teams or Premier League teams are approaching me for my players, that means that I'm doing something right. So that is the motivation that I've got. That keeps me going, knowing that people out there appreciate. And then, whenever I walk, I mean, in the streets, or I mean, in some of these towns now, people are calling me. I mean, some of the players they call me top coach, and then I'm like, top coach, not yet. I can't be called a top coach because people really appreciate how my team plays, and that keeps me going. I often tell my players that, guys, you can mess up everything, but because I can pick it up, maybe Wednesday's training session, things are not adding up, and then I would tell them, guys, people know that this coach is coming and he's going to be there on Saturday. People have already taken time off from their work or wherever to watch this team play. And that's how they know me. So please don't disappoint me. I don't want a situation where someone actually invites another person. Please come. Mighty United is playing, and that coach, he always comes with, I mean, this or that. And then I underperform. So that keeps me going. Each and every week, I'm not doing it for myself, but for the others. Supporters need to enjoy it, and then my players need to be seen, I mean, by others.
So,
I hope I've responded.
coach, what message do you have for a young Namibian player who looks up to you?
The message that I've got is that they need to stay disciplined and being humble all the time. So being disciplined, I think that has been the main issue that our players are lacking, whereby they don't take things serious. And I know for a fact that in Namibia, our league is not at the level of, let's say, SA or any other, big African country. But some of them, when education is not paying the bills, and you have got the talent in football, then that's the route that you need to take seriously. So they need to focus and make sure they stay disciplined until that time. Because football career is a career, I mean, that used to extend up to 30 years. But now, I mean, I see you guys can play up to 40 now. So now they have got another 10 years, I mean, to showcase their potential. So they must remain patient and stay disciplined.
So, coach, do you encourage this? What can I put it? Like being a chairman and a coach at the same time. Do you encourage that?
No. That one is interesting, because you see, when the issue of certified coaches being on the bench issue came in our region. So they actually said, no, Mighty United do not have a coach. And so it's only the chairman. You know why I'm doing this? You see, for me, as I said, it's more than football. This is passion to me. I don't see it as coach and chairman and what. So when I am it, next to the playing field, I'm the coach. But in the boardroom, I'm the chairperson. But I think this is something that can work. Of course, people don't support it. But then I've realized some who are knowledgeable, they interfere in the work of the coaches. So we don't have that at Mighty United because Mighty United coach, with his qualification, he is not interfering with anyone. So from that angle, I think it's a positive. But I have seen some teams whereby others would say, I want to remain a chairperson. But if you go to the dressing room, he selects the players, he is doing everything, and this coach is there on the side there, the one who is, the real coach now. He's just on the side, and the chairperson is the real coach. But when things go wrong, the chairperson is not there. We are pointing fingers at the coach, but the coach never selected the team. The coach didn't do this. So to avoid those kind of things, I think it is something that people need to consider. Because I saw Brad Jomo over the years, at Jomo Cosmos, we would hear many things. No, he's the coach. Some even would joke, no, he's also the medic. He's that. But I really enjoyed it because as much as you are passionate about it, I don't think I would ever get up and look for a coaching job because I've decided that professionally I want to remain in scholarship in academic, in the academic space. So this is purely for passion. So yeah, I hope I've responded. I know this is very sensitive. Some people won't like it. Some person I mean, but I don't want to interfere. I know if I take a coach now and with the team performing very well, we may have, some form of conflict there. Because I may tell the coach, no, but why don't you take this direction? And the coach may not like it. So as long as the energy is there, health-wise, I'm fine. I think I will remain. But hopefully, I don't relegate my own team. That's the only prayer that I've got.
What if it happens?
No, but at least if I relegate the team, I'm the one who is losing the most. Unlike when someone else relegated for me. So I've seen people who are not coaches and they still get relegated while you have got the best coach. So this thing of relegation promotion, it doesn't really matter. I think people don't want to believe in luck, but sometimes if luck is on your side, you would remain. You would remain. Hard work and of course in football, you need that.
Okay, coach. Thanks. We're about to close now. I really thank for your time, coach. Last final words for Moiloa Sports listeners across Southern Africa. What can you say?
What I want to leave everyone with is that in Southern Africa, let's make sure that we grow ourselves at grassroots level so that at least all the coaches have got, the coaches' education at those levels. The introductory courses, you do the CAF and so on. That way we can develop our players better so that across the Southern African region, we would understand each other. We speak the same language. Like, for example, now in Namibia, we have got a coach for African Stars, the league champions, who is from Lesotho, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So Coach Mafoso. So
Yeah.
Coach Mafoso comes from there. Why? Because African Stars was looking for a CAF A licensed coach, and this coach has got that. So we can always, move across the borders and make sure that football is the same in whichever country. You come in the Southern African space. So that would be my message. Let's take coaches' education serious. That way we can develop our players better.
Okay, coach. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, coach. Until we meet, I really appreciate.
Wonderful, wonderful, coach. Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed the time. So thank you. Until next time, coach.
Thanks, coach. Okay, guys.
Sure.
We are about to close. We had an extremely interview with Coach Nicholas from Namibia. You all heard everything. Please keep on describing, like, and share in our channel. Until we meet again. Thanks, guys.